Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Well, this afternoon. I don't know. It's 7 p.m. 9 past 7 p.m. GMT here in Liverpool City. How's everyone doing? You can see there's light behind me because there's a window open, and yeah, you can see that light from that window, which is fantastic. We have some sunlight still. So that's amazing. How's everyone doing? Say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. And yeah, it's always great to have you there. And we're going to be doing some game development tonight, as we usually do. And yeah, and we're going to get started now, eh? I'm not going to bore you with anything else. We're just going to go in and start developing. And yeah, and if you feel like it, just leave a comment and then leave something there in the chat, and then I'll answer any questions you have. I'll say hello back and all that, as I always do. Okay, so let's start. Let's begin. Let me show you where we're at, because I think that's important, right, to know. Oh, we have Missoula again. Missoula is always there, right? Missoula is like, you know, you can't have a live stream without Missoula. Missoula is going to be there always. How's it going, mate? Thank you for being there. And yeah, so let's get in here. Let's see what we have for today. I need to learn everything about Rogue Engines and Missoula. Me too. That's why I'm here. I'm learning as you said, you know. I'm also learning. It's incredible, right? But I built it, but I'm learning. I'm learning with it. It's insane. You know, I learned that I actually built some things, thinking about things that I needed, and then I forgot that I built them. So they're there. I just didn't know. It's insane. It's actually insane. So all right, let's go in. Okay. Where are we? Let's go here. The screen. Yes, let's share the screen. Okay. Let's see the game we have here. We're building a vertical scroller system, right? What we're doing is we're building this vertical scrolling system, okay? That is going to help us build, first of all, this game that we're building, and then all the vertical scrolling games and horizontal scrolling games, hopefully. So we're going to test a bunch of things throughout these live streams. What I want to make sure of is that we have a really good system to generate procedural scrolling, vertical scrolling worlds, and then we can flip them horizontally, things like that. We're going to try different things. But for now, we're building this game. This is what we're building. We have this car, you know, roaming around the streets, and we have different cars showing up. They have their own speed. They can't collide with each other, even though they have different speeds. And yeah, for now we just have to avoid them. You see there, the car, if it collides with the other one, it just synchronizes the speed. So we know they will never collide, which is amazing. And you see there, he just stomped behind the truck there. And yeah, this is more or less it for now. We can change the speed. We can change. Oh well, by the way, yeah, you can die as well, right? You can come here and go, and just crush with this, and you die. Also, if you crush on the sides, you die because you have your colliders on the sides too. You know, you go. Oh, we removed that. No, it's true. Yeah, we removed that. Oh, that's great that it happened now, because remember that now everything that is not a yeah, this needs to become these two. They need to become no, it goes this way, right? Yeah, I think it goes this way. Yeah. So these two need to become obstacles. So they're going to be fixed obstacles. Let's try that. Okay, so let's make them obstacle. And let's make it, speed 0, and then this one also, we're gonna add an obstacle, and we're going to call it speed, we're going to make its speed 0, and I think that should work. Let's see. Oh no, because they don't have a body, maybe. Or maybe because the body is in the I think it's because it tries to look for the body in the yeah, in the main one, right? So it's an obstacle, like since we have the rapier body here and we're using the object 3D in the rapier body, so that is this object, the parent object, and not these two. So yeah, I think that's the case. So let's try with that. I think that should be okay. Let's see. No, we have a problem here then. We're gonna have to try something else then. Let's see. Let's save this and let's see why it's not happening. So remember that previously we had collisions. We're just colliding with our obstacles, right? So we need to know why the cars, the vehicles, and everything else are defined as obstacles. But in the case of our environment, it's not. The idea is that we should be able to have our environment be an obstacle that, you know, just stays there. Oh, I think I know why. Let's see. Well, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. I remember there shouldn't be a problem with the car colliding with the obstacle. The problem is that if the obstacle is fixed, I think the problem is, let's try, yeah, it has, oh, it's a sensor. That's the problem. It's a sensor. So it can't be a sensor. It has to be a, because we specifically said that it can't be sensor. So what we're going to do as well is we're going to move them a little bit. We're just going to move them like just a little bit to the side. Say 6, yeah, 6, 9. And here, yeah, as well, 6, 9. There you go. So now we go play. Yeah, so that, you know, we're actually colliding a bit on the side here. It's just not colliding exactly there. I think this looks better, but I don't know. Does it look better? I don't know. Okay. It's just for now, it's fine. we'll see later. We know it's 6, 6 otherwise. And yeah. Okay, I'm happy with this. We have collision with the walls again. So the walls are now just an obstacle. The environment is an obstacle. This is just the things that we can put here that we want to have colliders. If you want to have different colliders that are on the sides for some reason, we can put them there. This is like a fixed environment thing. We don't need to do anything with it. So save, and yeah, and we're here. And it's gonna be working now. Okay, let's see what else we need to do. Something else we wanted to do, because we have our vehicles here. We need to add the rest of the vehicles, probably with different speeds and different things, because we probably want to have some vehicles that are faster. See how they don't collide with each other, because they have like an outer sensor that whenever they collide with a vehicle that is faster than, that is slower than them, right? Because if you hit, oh, we hit this one here. So if we hit something from behind, that is, so if one of these, say, if this one hits this one, right? Because it's right behind it and hits it, is because this one is faster. So we synchronize the speed to the minimum speed, right? Regardless of who's faster, we just grab the minimum speed, the one with the smallest speed, and we synchronize both. We say, okay, both will have the smallest speed. And the interesting thing is that we're not moving, the road is moving, everything else is moving but us. So obviously the minimum speed is the maximum, is the bigger number, right? Because we're actually moving backwards. So yeah, that's a little bit of a detail, an important detail. All right, so that's good and all, but we need to yeah, we need to save that, and we didn't do anything though. Why am I saving? What am I even saving? But yeah, we're gonna add more vehicles. We're just gonna come here and add a few more. I think, do we need anything else for our vehicles? Do we need, by the way, vehicles are obstacles. That's something we did. We made vehicles be, this is, yeah, sorry there. That was another project there. But that was I opened the tower defense by mistake. The vehicle, we made it to be the obstacle. So we have an obstacle here, right? This is the base class, basically, for the obstacle. It has an effect, right? And so we can provide different effects for different obstacles, right? And the vehicle, just like the obstacle, it has a speed. So this is the common thing that every obstacle is going to have. It's going to have speed. And then the vehicle itself can define if they want to have a different effect or something, right? But by default, all the effects is just they stop moving everything, stop everything. We can have a game over thing to run. For now, we don't have like a game over screen to show, so we don't have that to go. But we're probably gonna have something like that very soon. So, but the idea is that, yeah, this works. Basically, we can come in and add something. So an obstacle could be, a consumable, right? It could be something that actually has a good effect on you. So we can inherit from obstacle and extend obstacle to provide different sort of effects. So that's kind of the little framework we're building here for that. And this would work for any platformer, by the way, I think. Yeah, this would be very useful. I'm thinking like many different games could use this, honestly. At least a framework in this sort of, this sort of framework would be useful for a lot of games. And platformers definitely. Like when you want to have like an abstraction that works for a bunch of things, this is a good one, I believe. Yeah. This mat is so good today. Okay. I think it's because it's not so warm. It's the last days, sometimes when it gets colder, the mat it's so nice to drink it because just, when it's hot outside, I've been at the beach, just sun shining over me and I'm just drinking my hot mate there. It's just very common thing. You'll see a lot of people in Uruguay doing that. Okay. So I like this. I like this system. I remember being happy yesterday when we did this. I'm still happy. I'm looking at it again. I look at it again and I'm like, there are some cringe things. Like I don't want this to be the procedural scroller like this. I think I would like this feature to be like an independent feature that acts on the procedural scroller. Like have this be maybe functions that have like a separate thing, so we can use this more like a strategy pattern. I would like that way more, but for now we're using dependency injection, which is fine. But it's not my favorite. Okay, so by the way, dependency injection is just passing in the object in here, right, and acting on that and like influencing that object from a different source, right, from, in this case, from the obstacle itself, right. So that's more or less what we're doing, mostly because the procedural scroller is using the obstacles as well. So we don't want to have the procedural scroller be in the obstacle, because the obstacle is in the procedural scroller. So that's, we're using it as injection, but we should not have it here at all. We just have something else that is some kind of game logic super thing that simply provides features, and then the procedural scroller thing would simply act, do things with those features. It would use the procedural scroller to act on those features, and then we can apply them here in the effects. That would be the ideal, but yeah, we're not going to do that now. We are going to, that's also over engineering, by the way. That's just me going over things and overthinking them a lot, because I do that way too much probably, but it's good to know that you can do these sorts of things. And, you know, whatever fits your frame of thought, I guess, works, and it's fine. And yeah, you're entitled to think about things in the way that makes you feel more comfortable with the idea of what you're building. And then whatever you're building, if it gets too uncomfortable, you're also welcome to rewrite it as much as you need. You know, don't just get comfortable with one idea and think, okay, this is the end of it, because you'll find out soon enough if it's the right fit or not. Usually programming is about finding out what works and what doesn't for a specific solution. And sometimes when you bring in your own assumptions, you know, you hit your head against the wall thinking, oh, I should have done it this other way. And there's always a new way to do things, because you're always thinking differently in different circumstances, I guess. Unless you're, you know, if you're not, then I guess you're stuck. Sorry to break it down to you like that. But yeah, we also have this booster here, which is great because we can multiply the number that we have here and for the speed, so we can make things faster and all that, which is, I think, is really cool. Yeah, our booster is really, really cool. Because we can add booster things, you know, we can just say, okay, I want everything to be 2, you know, twice as fast. You know, that's super fast. Insanely fast. That was fun. That was fun though. That was fun. That was super fun though. Oh my god. So we make it. Let's make it 2. But let's remove the debug because I think it's just bothering us. Yeah, let's just put it there. Whoa. Oh my god. This is fun. 1.5. Yeah, when you increase the speed, it becomes really fun. Actually fun. Like, whoa. So I'm thinking oh my god, it's hard. Yeah, we wouldn't fit there in a million years. Yeah, but I hit this guy here. So yeah, we need a way to also have some kind of consumable that gives us powers, like we talked about. Oh, yeah, this is so hard. Oh my god. Could we make the car go? Let's make the vehicle. We should probably make, like, if we're going faster, we should probably make the side speed a bit faster as well, because right now it's so slow. Like, oh yeah, we're in edit mode here, so we have let's make it 6. Yeah, let's make it 6 and try it, see how it goes. Yeah, I think 6 is more than enough. Whoa. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. Oh yeah. This is cool. Yeah, you have to be really careful with your movements here, but it's fun. It's fun. Now it's getting fun. When you increase the speed, it becomes super fun. So we should probably like gradually increase the speed, or we could yeah, we could gradually increase the speed. We don't really need to increase the side moving, I guess. I like the side moving because yeah, we shouldn't be moving faster to the sides. But we should most definitely, if we increase the speed, oh my god, yeah. As we increase the speed, we should probably add less vehicles. Or if we don't increase the speed, we could make it always be, oh my god, we could make it always be the same speed. But we can add more vehicles or less vehicles, and for instance, we could make yeah, we could keep increasing things. Like maybe we don't increase the speed unless you hit something that actually increases the speed. but yeah, we should. It's like hitting the Mario star, you know, the star Mario star. They just sort of increase the speed and start like crashing on all the vehicles, so you can actually you get like a you get immune and all the cars sort of, you know, go away once you crash on them. Just jump off, you know. That would be really cool. That'll be a fun one. More lanes. Here's One-Eyed Jack. How's it going, One-Eyed Jack? Thanks for joining us, mate. More lanes, that would be cool. Too, yeah. We could add more lanes. We need a different model for the street, but we could definitely add more lanes. That would be interesting. We would also need, like, if we add more lanes, we would need camera correction as well, which is yeah, that would make things tiny bit difficult, because right now we have made the game 9:15, right? So it's the aspect ratio to be always on vertical, right? So if I let me show you on my phone, right? Yeah, the controller is not gonna work, but hey, I'm gonna play it on my phone. By the way, if you see this address here, right? This is a local network, so if you can just enter here from your from a mobile phone your address, and you're in your network, and you can play your game, you know. So come here, and let's see. Can we where is it? Where is it? I have one already here, but let's go. One. Which one is it? 192. It's this one. Yeah. Okay. So you see that there, right? It looks really good, like a vertical scrolling there. See? It goes super fast as well. It goes super smooth. Let me show you again, because I closed it. I'm an idiot. 192. There you go. See that? Goes super fast. I think you could see there, but yeah, that would be super cool to have, like let me see if the controller works. No, the controller doesn't work. Oh yeah, it kind of works. It kind of works, but it works really bad. Okay, it's super. Okay, yes, it works, but it's yeah, it's not good at all. Like, it's too sensitive. Whoa, yeah, it's too sensitive. We need something. Oh no, what did I do? Yeah, I just closed it down. Yeah, we need to make it a lot less sensitive, because it's way too sensitive. Yeah, it runs super smooth. Super nice. I like it. Even my phone, that is like a super old phone, so it's a very old Android. So, oh yeah, I can play it, but it's yeah, it's tough. We need to improve the. I didn't know the touch would work. I think I should have known that the touch worked, because the move controls has a touch control. The move is just what we're using here in the vehicle. In the vehicle, we're using here. Set translation. The position. Where is it? Oh no, this is the vehicle. Sorry. The scroll controller. Sorry. Here it is. So we get in the move axis, right? And yeah, that's the problem. We're using the we're using the this how is it called? It uses the analog stick, right? So you can move like very slowly or very fast, right? So it goes like from 0 to 1. The thing is, which is what I find weird about this is that it should be normalized though to all of them should be the same. So it shouldn't be so much faster there than here. That's what I find super strange. So I have to see if something's going on there, something's wrong going on there. I don't like the touch controls right now. Also, I don't like that it's the move. I don't think it's gonna do because it works like an analog stick, right? Like on the side, like it's stuck there on the side of the screen. So I would like to have it like just touching in the middle, just moving around or something like that. Not like an analog stick on the side. I don't know. Maybe the analog stick is fine. I don't know. We should see. I have oh, I see. Says One Eye Jack. It was just a suggestion. Suggestion. I haven't been to the stream in a while. I like this game. Thanks, mate. Yeah, we're trying to do something fun here. Let's just see how it goes. The idea of more lanes could be for another difficulty of the game. Yeah, definitely. The problem, the problem with more lanes as well is the you would need to actually have them be outside of the screen. I think to make it work in vertical and things like that. We like in vertical side. I think we would need to actually add the lanes outside of the view, and you would have to be able to move outside of the screen. So the camera will have to follow you to make it work on vertical, right? Which wouldn't be bad. I mean, at all. I think it's a good thing. But yeah, you know what? I want to. This is small enough that if you'll start copying these things that I'm doing, this is super. Like I'm doing very basic shit here. Actually, some very stupid shit here. So you can actually just copy whatever I'm doing here and add whatever the fuck you want, which is great. I mean, because you're really free to do all kinds of stuff. Look at the controller is so stupid, and it's not complete, of course, right? That's why it's so stupid. But you can add so many things. So that would be really cool. I would love to see what you come up with, and yeah, don't hesitate to try whatever you want to try, you know. And please share it with us, you know. Maybe you can share some ideas and we can run them here. But that would be cool. But for this live stream, we're probably going to be focusing mostly on the minimum right now. We're going to try and finish the game, and then we're going to add more things. Like we could think about the lanes. Most definitely, boosters having like different consumables that do stuff. That's the more important one right now. Having like for instance, things that make you either go faster or like that, like I said, like the Mario Stars thing. Yeah, you get it and suddenly you're immortal, right? And you go faster and you can kill all the cars around you. You know, you just bump around them and push them around, and that would be really cool. But then you have, you know, all sorts of consumables that do different things. I guess that would be super fun. But yeah, let's try something. Right now, I think we are happy with what we have. I think the cars are complete. I think the vehicles in general, their functionality, I guess it's complete. It's fine for what we need now. What I would like to do is I would like to have probably more cars that do different things, that move faster and things like that, so that we can, you know, fool around. Okay, let's try that. So we're going to bring in one of these cars, one of these vehicles. We're going to bring it into the scene. Probably this one that is smaller. Yeah, because we do need a smaller car for this. And we're gonna bring in more models, right? We're gonna bring in vehicles. Yeah, we're gonna start building all of them. We're gonna just start building vehicles. So yeah, because we have the what's it called, the speed thing going on, which is fine. So we can let's add a couple more, and we can add the features now, because we want, for instance, vehicles that can move to the side, for instance, right? Vehicles that change lanes, for instance, right? That's going to be difficult, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun, because we can calculate how much they move. Like, say, okay, they move one lane to the side, one lane to the other. So, we can calculate how much that is, and that will be fun. That will be fun. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that out. So, how's that look? How will that look? Let's see. We have this sedan. What is this? Okay, let's use the sports car for now. Or the sedan, just a sedan, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe the sports car. Let's do the sports car first. Yeah, let's do the sports car first. Okay, so we bring this down here. We bring the sports car here to the center. We duplicate this one. We'll remove it, the original, and now we come here and we call this sports car. And what we'll do is we'll remove this van from here, and we'll add it to, we'll add this thing here. This is the sports car, so we'll add the model in here. Now we'll put it in at the top there, and now we have the sports car within this frame, and the collider fits perfectly. I mean, we don't need the top side or anything. For now, we don't care about it. We may care about it like later when if we add like jumping or something. We'll probably, if we add some kind of jump, we're probably going to jump higher than that, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll need to jump higher than that, because they're taller vehicles, definitely. So we'll definitely need to jump higher than that. But for now, I think it's fine. And yeah, let's make this one faster. Remember, slower means faster in our little game here, because yeah, everything is moving. We're not moving, right? So everything moves like down here. So we need to do like let's do something like 10 for this one. This is sports car, so we need to move super fast. And we're going to do we're going to come here to the obstacles, and we're simply going to add it here. And remember that we're streaming everything within obstacles, so we don't need to add it anywhere else. That's just magical. I don't know what you think about that, but I think it's magical. I mean, it's just going to select random stuff. There you go. There you have our little cars, little green cars there. Look at that. And going super fast. Whoa. I'm already becoming a pro here. Oh, almost made it. Look at that. I almost made it. That would be nice. We can make our car a bit smaller as well, just to to give us a little bit more of an advantage, so we can fit in more. This little holes here. That would be cool. Yeah, I think this is nice. This is really cool. It's looking, the more stuff you add, it looks way cooler. So yeah, let's add more cars. I think that's what we need to do. We just need to add more cars. So yeah, let's just add more. We have our obstacles here. We just add this one, and we'll bring in which one? Which else? probably bring tractor, shovel, one of these. I want to bring in some smaller, some slower ones, like a tractor or something like that. The different colors, you know, things. The tractor police is something I don't know if there's someone in the countryside that has tractor police. Please, if you have ever seen a tractor police, let me know, please. I want to see a tractor police. I really want to see tractor police. I need to know if tractor police exists, because it's insane. To me, it's absolutely insane. The fact that tractor police could actually exist somewhere, it's absolutely insane. So tractor, that's how you spell it, right? So you have a tractor there, and yeah, let's make it 16 or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it needs to go slow, I guess. So it's going to be slower. Yeah, it's going to be the slowest one. And yeah, it can't be faster than tractor police. So we'll make it something like, yeah, this needs to be smaller. Probably something like, oh no, not the X, sorry, the Z. Z is going to be around there for the collider, huh? In it? There you go. Yeah, that's okay. Probably move a tiny bit on the front here. Yeah, there it is. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. And the sensor, well, the sensor, yeah, we should make it smaller, but not too small. I think car's just hitting it right in the back there. It's a bit too much. Probably let it breathe a bit. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Just add it to the obstacles here. There you go. We remove it. We play. And now we'll have tractors as well. There you go. There's a tractor. It looks like it's not moving. Oh, because I think isn't this moving at 16? No, tire speed is 20. But it looks like they're just not moving at all. It looks as though they're just stuck there. Yeah, they look like they're stuck there. Insane. I mean, and they're just a tiny bit slower than the, you see that? They look like it's just there, sitting there. Look at that. Oh. Oh my God, yeah. That is tough. That is indeed tough. They look like they're static, mate. The more you add like faster things, I think that's the case. I think that's it. I think the more you add like other fast things, it looks like as though nothing is moving. Let's make it 1 again and see if we see anything like that looks like movement. Whoa. Maybe we should make everything a bit faster. Let's make this one something like 13, this one, right? So we save this. Now we make this one around 12, right? So we make it a bit faster than the delivery truck. Oh no, I didn't save it, sorry. 12, save and exit. And now we come here and we say this one, it's I think 10 is fine. I think 10 is just, it's a lot. And this one, we can make it something like, we make this one 14 maybe, right? So it's not that slow. It's going to look super slow compared to the other ones. But now everything's going to move. It's going to look like stuff is actually moving a bit more, right? Yeah, now it looks like everything is moving at least some, right? And again, like, the more variety we add, the less chance repetition will happen, right? Because right now, they just randomly randomly appearing. We're just getting random vehicles from the we're just getting random vehicles from the list, from the obstacles from here, right? Random ones are appearing, but we can make it way more varied. You know, we could make more stuff come in if we had. Oh, I just barely fit there. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, if we make it more varied, woof. Yeah, if you make it slower, it definitely becomes easier. It becomes so much harder when you increase the speed. Like, so much harder. Yeah, there I died. But yeah, they just appear not moving relative to all the cars at Misole. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they just since everything else is moving. Like if they were the only things in the street, they would probably look like they're not moving. But I think it looks better now that things move like significantly different at the significantly different speed than the tiles. So yeah, I think that helps, I guess, because the tiles are moving at 20, and that is our speed, right? That's our speed. We're moving at 20, right? So that's what we perceive as our speed. So now if we increase this, we put this at 1.2, right? And suddenly, whoa, this is now a tiny bit faster, a tiny bit harder. And it creates this, I think the difference in speed creates this variety of, you know, different spots that sort of open up, like here. Oh, there. Barely made it. I think it could have made it around here. But I shouldn't have come so much to the side. Like you can't, for the life of you, camp in the middle. You have to just sort of move around, or you die. But always like find a middle point, middle ground there. Damn. Oh, no, not that. Barely made it. Yeah, it's cool. This is cool. It's not super hard, but it makes you, it keeps you on edge. You sort of have to be careful. And imagine, oh shit, like if all the cars on this, oh shit, again. Remember like yesterday, I still see, like, it stops and I still see the street moving. Like it leaves this sort of effect of it, like it's still moving. Oh my god. Wow. Ah, my eyes. My eyes, man. My eyes. Oh my god. Wow. that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah, I sort of, yeah, it's mesmerizing. It's weird. We're so easy to trick. We're so easy to trick. Imagine that. I can see the street. I can still see the street moving. Shit. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Like I do this and suddenly, yeah. If you still look at the street, I guess you're focused on this, like on this center, and you're used to seeing the street moving, and suddenly it stops, and you still see it moving. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, unbelievable. How easy to trick are we, eh? Just fall for any stupid illusion. Otherwise, magicians wouldn't have a job. Would they? I can think of many other things. Many others they wouldn't have a job either, but hey. I'm not even gonna get there. Okay. So, what else can we add? Oh, now we need the features. We need the other features, right? We're gonna add another car. I'm probably just gonna add, yeah, some more of these. We can just change their color and make it, so that they're, same car, different color as well. But I guess having different colored cars is cool, right? Different types of car is way cooler. So why don't we come here and here's the models. I think about adding some more stuff like what is this? Oh, this is a bigger one, isn't it? Oof. This would be a tough one, eh? And then we have what else? What else? Oh, garbage truck. Garbage truck. That's fun, eh? That's fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ambulance. We have an ambulance. And we have this SUV, luxury SUV. Thing is, it since it's yellow, I can't think of it being luxury. I know. I don't know. Do you feel the same? Like, because it's yellow, you can't think of luxury. It doesn't look luxurious because it's yellow. I don't know. I don't know if you feel the same way. I feel that way. I'm very sorry to be like that, but I don't know. That's me. Well, one thing we didn't do, but we should, is do the materials. Because this has a color map, which is great. We have an actual map here, and we're repeating it everywhere here now. So we should probably do the color maps. Yeah, we're not going to use this SUV because I don't like it, but we could have some other things. Like let's just see which one we're going to add next. What other cars? But what should we do? You know what? Let's just do the feature first because I think it's more fun. Let's just do the feature first. We need more stuff here. So okay, how do we add features to this thing? Okay. So imagine that sports car. We want the sports car to be able to move lanes as well, right? So sports car is running, in front there, and suddenly we want the sports car to say we're going to change the lane. So we need some kind of feature for the car to change the lane without either adding it to the vehicle and saying like a property here that says change lane and how often and things like that. We could add that as a feature of vehicle because vehicle is quite lean as a class, has nothing in it, and it's probably not going to have much. And we probably don't want to be adding so much stuff. And the only ones actually moving around are going to be vehicles, and changing lanes and things like that. It's a proper vehicle function. So we can say that it's fine for our vehicle, which is only colliding. It has its own collision detection for the sensor. And is simply moving its collider, its rigid body. That's all it's doing. So perhaps we could change the lane within this thing. So what can we do to change the lane here? So it would be a proper vehicle feature here. What would be the I'm thinking of the user side, right? So when I'm going to set the car to be changing lanes, what am I thinking of? What do I add? So I say how often do we want it to do it, or or the chance of doing it, because perhaps it is going to do it, and how much to move every time, perhaps. So the chance of it happening, and how often it will happen. And we know it will stop before hitting another vehicle, but it can get you in serious trouble. Something like that, right? So it will never hit another vehicle, but it can like do all kinds of shit in the street, because it could go like through the middle of the street and hit another vehicle like on the side, and it will stay there, right? Because it will not really hit it. It will say, okay, I can't move further from here, so let's just stay there in the middle, right in the middle. So yeah, we should calculate more or less how much we can move to the sides. So we're going to say, we're going to call this lane movement. We're going to say this is, I don't know, how much is it? 5? How much you move? How much you move from lane to lane? Let's see, 0 is here, right? So we move this much. So if we're here, right, we move, maybe it's 4, 5, it's about there, right? So we need to move 5, 13, 14, let's see, let's bring in the street. Yeah, let's bring in the tile. We need to see it, actually visualize it with the tile on, because otherwise it's going to be a mess. And we have the slots of the tile. And here we have a slot, right? So slot here is set at 4.2 an X. And then we have, say, we can move it around here, which is a 1.8, 1 point something here, right? And then another one here that is, 1.78. And then another one here that is, minus 1.78. And then we have one here that is around, say something like that, right? So when we move here from here to here, we know it's minus 4 to 4. So we're actually moving 10 from here to this side is 10. So I'm moving from one lane to the other. It will be simply moving 5, right? So around 5. Since our position is already randomized, from the get-go, we should only move, 5 and 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, because we're always going to move from the perspective of our position. So we're just moving the lane from the position we're in right now, which is already randomized. So we move, say, minus 4 to 4. So we go, yeah, that's what we should do. Probably 5, 5, 5, something like that, right? So, and we give it a chance of moving, like a very small chance of moving every frame, right? So we say, okay, if, say, for instance, we get a random range, right? We say, okay, random, and random comes between 0 and 1. Sorry, because it goes between 0.01 and, because 0 and 0.1, then we do it, right? So you have a 10% chance of moving around, right? Which is okay, I guess. You may not see it moving at all. And some of them will move. So we can play around with chance. Let's do it. So, okay, I'm happy with this. Let's remove this. Let's not save it. And, okay, so let's bring in the sports car again. And yeah, we're going to, well, not yet, because we first are going to build a feature, right? So we're going to say, okay, let's move 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, just to move from one lane to the next. And wait, no, because it's 5. No, that way it would be 5 and another 5. No. I'm doing this wrong. 4 and then there was 1. Let's try it out. Okay, let's do 4 and let's try it out. Yeah, I think I'm doing something wrong here. So let's just move 4 from one side or the other. So we'll decide if we move to one side or the other, depending on what. Well, doesn't really matter because we are actually well, yeah, it matters. Yeah, it matters because well, we could just add, because I'm thinking of the walls, right? I'm thinking of the walls. It could decide to move towards the wall, and that's fine because we can just add like a sensor there on the wall, and it's fine. Yeah, that's easy to do. So we just do 4 and we just move it either way. And if it decides to go on the wall, it just won't go there. You know? It's fine. Next time we'll just decide to go right or left or something, you know. So we need 2 choices, right? We need 2 things to choose between going right to left, and then yeah, left or right. So minus x or plus x, and then to say how much it will move to that side and what chance it has of moving to that side, right? So first things first is the chance of moving. So we decide lane moving chance, say, right? I say we just do 0.1 right now, okay? Oh, we need to add this, yeah, the array dot props. Oh no, yeah, for the props, we'll set it to 0 for the props because we don't want it to move by default, right? We want all of these to be 0 by default, right? So re dot props dot num, and yeah, let's add that here as well. But we don't want it to move at all, you know, by default. So we save here, and now we add the actual values to the, you know, to in the inspector, to the car in the inspector for now. But let's think about how we do this. Okay, let's just go about how we're actually going to do this. By the way, if you're enjoying this, I can't speak. If you're enjoying this, please help me out with a like and, you know, subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, follow. If you're on Twitch and all that, really helps. Please, thank you very much. If I don't say it, people don't do it, and then, you know, it's counterproductive, you know. So sorry I have to repeat it so much, but hey, rules of the game, you know. It's just the rules of the algorithm. We're just bound by it. You know? Nice. Okay, so we're going to say now we have to define if we are going to move or not. We're going to do that in the update. Okay, we're going to do that in the update, and we're going to define if we are moving to the side or not. How do we define that? So what we say is and also, here's one thing, right? Here's one thing I'm thinking. Should this be done by the vehicle, or should this be done by the procedural scroller? Right? Because the procedural scroller is moving everything vertically. So we are deciding that here we move them horizontally. So that's something to think about. We're either breaking pattern or creating a new pattern. That means procedural scroller only scrolls you. It doesn't move anything else. So that would be creating a pattern. That would be saying, okay, this is the only thing the scroller does, and the scroller controls the scrolling, right? And scrolling movement. Everything else is controlled by the obstacles and by the specific things. Like the vehicle is not, it's scrolling virtually, right? It's virtually scrolling, right? It's just sitting there and everything's just falling down basically in front of it. So yeah, and what we're going to do here is we're going to move. We're going to see the chance we have of moving. So we're going to say const we move. It's going to be math.random, and we're going to say that if we move is greater than greater than 0, and we move is smaller than lane moving chance. I don't like this anymore. I think I did it wrong. I don't like this anymore. Yeah, we should have had like a basis for this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Okay, so it's just chance. It's just a game of chance. Okay, so we say will it move or will it not move? Okay, it will move. If it has a 10% chance of moving, and what it will do is create a smaller equal to, okay, has to be between those two numbers. And what we'll say is that well, if it's always 0, it's gonna move in it. Yeah, no, that's not gonna move. Because it's an and 9% here. I'm an idiot. Don't. Yeah, let's not get there. So what we do is we simply say this dot object 3d dot translate x in this case, and we move the x lane movement. No. This is the amount we're allowed to move, like the maximum amount we're allowed to move for a specific. Okay, this is it's getting harder. Okay, because I'm treating this as a speed right now, but it's not the speed. It's just we should add like some kind of side speed here, and that's the speed at which we're going to move to the side. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a side speed to here, say it's side speed. Okay, there's 0 there because we don't want it to move by default again. So we're going to move with the side speed, right, by re.runtime.delta time. We're going to move through that, right? But every time we move, every time we have a chance of moving, right, we have to decide, okay, if we are moving right now, we're not checking the chance of moving. And we move until we reach that destination, right? The amount that we want to move, right? We sum or subtract the amount that we want to move. That's another random chance we'll do to choose one side or the other. We'll do a 50-50 there. That's okay. And yeah, let's do that. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Oh, we have a bot. Let's see the bot here. Let's remove him. There you go. Miscellany. Will this vertical scroller series become a YouTube video? That would be cool. To have like a little video showing what we did. And yeah, because that was the idea, that I was going to do that with the that's what I was thinking, but with the tower defense. But the problem with the tower defense is that it's just it was not going to cut it, was it? You know, it was just too long. It was too many videos that I had to like download and start editing and running through content to see what I was actually going to use, what was the substance of it. So I was thinking maybe at some point I would just go and show everything, like in a go fast and show everything fast, and then turn that into a video. But this could actually turn into a video that I show how we build this way faster, way easier. So yeah, that would be interesting. Probably, yeah. Well, probably do that. I need to start using probably a format to do that, to achieve that. Like a format where I sit here, I do something, and I'm doing it like it's for that video, you know, because otherwise it becomes super hard to edit then later on. Mr. Lesane, I think the we move greater than 0 is not needed. Math random has a range of 0 to 1, right? Yeah, 100%. Yes, that's true. Yeah, there's a redundancy there, because the thing is, I was in my mind, I was thinking of like the range you choose between this number, and that gives you, you know, but no, yeah, it's absolutely stupid. You have to get something that is smaller, greater than. Yeah. So absolutely, this is probably because the point is that well. The thing that it does here, just at this point, what it does is it will not let it move. Well, no. We still need to stop it some other way. So yeah, I think it's fine to just remove it. Oh no, yeah, not the parentheses, because I thought, okay, it could stop it from moving, but no. In some cases, but no. 100% no. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So yeah, we're just translating it to one side or the other. Now we need to choose the side. We need to choose if we're going to subtract the speed or the side speed, or add it. So one other thing we need to do here is yeah, we need to have the moving flag. So we say is moving, or say is changing lanes, because moving it is moving. We just want to know if it's changing lanes. It's going to be false by default. And what we're going to say then is that we're going to say that if this is changing lanes, right? If it's not changing lanes, we're going to move. We're going to check if we move, and then we'll start moving, right? But we'll do the movement if we're changing lanes, right? So if we are changing lanes, right? So else, if we are changing lanes because we decided, hey, we're going to move, so we need to say that this happens here, right? And this happens. So if this happens, this dot is changing lanes equals true. So in the next frame, it's going to come here and say, we're not changing lanes, you know? So this is going to happen super fast. It's just immediately in the next frame, it's going to come here and say, oh, we're changing lanes. So we start moving. And we're going to have another flag saying lane there, direction, lane move there, let's call it that, and say minus, well, say I say 1. We can do -1 and 1, right? So we do, okay, minus 1, so we can multiply by that number, and that's what it's going to be. So it's going to be the negative or positive, right? So we say that we do const there, say let's do like this. This dot, let's do a ternary. Let's do a ternary. Lane move there equals math dot random, right? And we say if greater than 0.5, right? We say that is -1, otherwise it's 1, right? And we multiply this by this dot lane move there. There you go. So now we're moving randomly on one side to one side or the other. We're choosing the side, and we're choosing if we move or not. We're changing lanes, and now we need to say, okay, if we need to save the start position. So maybe we here, instead of being false or true or false, we make this instead of being this, say changing lanes from, and what we'll do is we'll make this be either we'll make it either undefined, so we put a question mark there, or 3 vector 3. All right, so we import all as 3 from 3. All right, and we bring in vector 3. 3 vector 3. Yeah, not false, so it should be just undefined. Yeah, not another one there. And we're going to say that so changing lanes from is this dot object 3d dot position. Okay, and what we do is we simply see what the x is at the beginning and at the end, right? So we just control how much we're moving, how much we're adding to the x. So we say let's say we could just we can make that easier. I don't know, why am I complicating that much with that? Why am I complicating myself that much with that? Or no, or is it fine what I'm doing? I'm getting confused. I'm thinking of 10 things at the same time, and I'm going. So let me drink some matter, because sometimes it helps me think. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just, you know, nice to drink and be awake. Yeah. Oh, it's a good one today, eh? Nice. Yeah, so we have I think it's fine, because we're storing the position. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise the marker would do I don't know what exactly. Well, we could say that we move a certain amount though. Yeah. So it could be a move counter there. Instead of doing the whole calculation and comparison, we could just compare the value with itself, like just compare how much we've actually moved. Like just sum this number up into a counter. Yeah, and just it will be. I think it will be more intuitive. So yeah, let's remove all this thing we did here. Yeah, let's just leave it as it was. And yeah, I mean, I was happy with having imported THREE.JS, but not like this. And we change the variable like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I like this. I'm okay with that. and we say if, well, not if yet. What we'll say is const. No, we'll need another property here, and it will be moved amount, and it will be 0 to begin with, right? And what we'll do is yeah, it should always be this dot move amount plus equals. I know some of you hate it, but I don't mind, so I'm gonna use it anyway. And yeah, sorry. And just gonna use that. We're just gonna multiply this, so we know exactly how much we move. So that way we save up doing what's it called? An absolute value, right? Getting the apps, the math apps. Otherwise, you know, it's getting the apps, right? We don't need apps here. We don't need apps. We're fine without apps. So let's eat pizza. So okay. I get distracted saying bullshit, and it just. So what we do is we do, what's the name of it? This dot move amount. Oh no. Sorry. Const move in this frame, right? Movement. And we know the move amount. The move amount is how much we've actually moved in total, right? We don't want to keep increasing that amount. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. So we add the movement to the move amount, and we translate the movement by the lane move direction. So that's a -1, -2, -1 + 1. So yeah, that's fine. That's nice. And now we compare. We say that if we have moved, should probably do it next frame, shouldn't we? Oh no. So that yeah, probably next frame. We come here and we say, yeah, we'll do it next frame. If say this dot move amount is greater, equal than what's the lane movement, right? This dot lane movement, then we say that this is changing lanes equals false. Okay, so here, this is how we change lanes. Yeah. So we're going to say change lanes. We're going to put this in this method. I don't like to call it change lanes though, because it's not changing lanes. This is change lane. Right, so we're going to call this we're going to call this change lane handler. That's what we're going to do. And yeah, and it's either going to change lanes or it's going to evaluate if either changing lanes or not. And we're going to do this change lane handler, and we can call the change lane handler. And yeah, there you go. So now we come here to the sports car and we say side speed is going to be something like, how much are we moving again? So we're moving like 6 instead of 5 or something like that. We're going to make this move about 5 or 4 speed. Yeah, something. We don't want to move too fast. 3. Let's say 3. Okay. and lane movement is going to be about 4, and it's going to be lane moving chance going to be 0.1. Okay, so that's between 0 and 1, right? So yeah, it's going to give us more or less the idea of what we want. So yeah, let's try it out. Let's see if it moves at all, if it does anything. Yeah, whoa, look at that. Yeah, it's moving way too much, but it's actually moving. It's doing all kinds of bullshit. Look at that. Yeah, we didn't set the sensor on the wall, so it's just falling off the wall. It's great. I love that. It's just falling off the... Amazing. Yeah, but it works. It sort of works, right? We need to... What did it do? Oh, because it doesn't stop. Right. It doesn't stop. Oh my god. Yeah, because it stops the speed, right? Because this thing stops the speed but doesn't stop the this changing lanes thing. So we should actually make the is changing lanes equals false. And oh, the move amount as well, right? We need to reset the move amount. I forgot the move amount thing. So this the move amount equals 0. We should do that. Reset all of them. And yeah, here as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, I think. But changing lanes, lane move there. This is we're setting every time. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, let's try it again there. It's just to see if it kind of... Whoa. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, that's another problem there. It won't stop. Since the scroller has the control of the movement, and that's what's actually stopping everything. Whoa. Now it moves way too much. We need to make the chance way smaller. Like so much smaller, like 0.1 there. Something so small that is ridiculous. Let's try this out now. This is just way too much, and I would say it's already a lot. Okay. Oh, whoa, that was cool. Okay, that was good. That was much better. Wasn't it? Change lane handler. Yeah, it was, you had it there. And Mr. Lay is laughing at me there because it's yeah, it's yeah, funny business, isn't it? The but yeah, it's I think it's good. Probably we need to have the we know we can't collide with things here. That's fine. I want to see them moving lanes, actually moving lanes, to see how much they are actually moving. Yeah, we should probably make it less. It's just moving too much. They're just moving way too much. So it's probably 0.5, something like that. Yeah, so let's make it that. Save and exit. And yeah, let's that's fun. And yeah, let's see how that goes. I think they're gonna move way less now. Yeah, it makes more sense now. It's kind of, road is a bit more tranquil, but it has this moments of tension. I like the amount they're moving. I think it's fine. I think we nailed it. I think we nailed the amount. Whoa, look at that. Perfect. We saw a perfect change of lanes from coordinated lane change. You see how they keep moving after we die? They keep moving because they're not being controlled by the thing, you know, by the all-powerful thing. So yeah, we kind of need some sort of flag or something, or we are actually going to need to do the movement or something that control that from the from the player thing. I don't know. We're gonna need to figure that out in one way or another. But yeah, for now we're doing the feature. We're doing the feature now. We can think of that later. We need to add the walls. We need to add, because we have these walls. They're colliders. So there are colliders right now. We need to give them sensors. So we're going to add sensors like a left and a right sensor. Okay. So this will be the right sensor, and it's going to have we're gonna put it just a tiny bit inwards, and it's going to be a sensor. Okay. And this one, yeah, this is the one on the left, and this one the right, and this one on the left. But by the way, this is a sensor, so let's just call it sensor. Let's call these two colliders like a wall. Let's call that right wall. Let's call this left wall. We never named these two. And now we have that one as a let's call this left right sensor, and let's call this one the left sensor. So we add this, we call it a sensor there. And how much is it? This one to the left is it 3.3. Let's make it 0.3. Let's make that one as well, like 0.3. There you go. So yeah, this should work, I think. So we put save, and at least they're not going to go beyond the wall, because they're just going to collide. Oh, look at that. That's tough one, eh? Let's see. You can't trust them at all. Yeah, they can't move further than there. Oh, this is tough now. Yeah, you see how it just stops there. Let's see if they move. Yeah, there you go. You see how it stopped? No, it didn't. I was it. You see how they stopped? No, it didn't. It didn't stop. No. Let's see if it's maybe we're checking if it's a vehicle. No, we're checking if it's a sensor. The other collider sensor. So if it's not a sensor, we return. We're looking for an obstacle, not a vehicle. So if we hit the side, we immediately stop. Well, that's what we should be doing, at least. What if we... Yeah, what if we make them... Yeah, let's put the right wall and the left wall, the right sensor and left sensor a bit more inwards, you know? Want to give it a bit more breathing room, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bring in the tile, so just that we can see, you know, how much they're actually inwards. So you should give him some breathing room there, you know. I think that's fine. I think that should be okay. So yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, it stopped there. Oh. Did it crush with something there? The one on the back. Let's see. This one's way to the side, way more to the side than it should be. What's it gonna do? Like if it decides to go to the side again? Yeah, it just keeps going to the side. It should have stopped like a while back. Way back. Should have stopped like way back. So no, it's not working, is it? Soccer programming. How's it going, mate? Mr. saying I have to sleep now. Have a good day. You as well, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate you being here with us. It's a lot of fun to have you here. Thank you so much. And we have a soccer programming back here again. Thank you for joining us again, mate. You sticking it out there for YouTube because you're the only one commenting on YouTube. Hello, dude. What's this thinking expression? Which thinking expression? Which thinking expression? You mean the emojis from like up here from the chat? Maybe, I don't know. Like probably that. I don't know. Oh, me. Yeah, I was like probably like penetrating the computer with my brain. Very likely the monitor is messed up right now. Yeah. It's hard to see me thinking, but when you see me thinking, you can see through my brain. You can see through my skull because just, my brain sort of go. Misla is still here. Misla is still here. Misla didn't leave. Misla decided, you know what? Fuck sleeping, maybe the box is not extended enough at the way all the way to the end of the track. Yeah, that could be the case. You're actually onto something, Mr. I think, Mr. that you are indeed a genius. And let me explain what happened here. Genius Mr. here. Let me let us debug this and actually prove that Mr. could be right. It might be the case. Let's see. Whoa. Let's see if these guys move. Where do they move? Where do they go? This one will fall off. 100%. Yeah, 100%. So the sensor needs to be all the way out, like very, very long. This one, but let's see if this one does it or not, because otherwise we still have a problem, right? Okay, stop there. It came here. Okay, so if it has the collider, it doesn't seem like it's going that way. Whoa! What did that one do? What was that? It just crushed against it. That's insane. Okay, they're just totally gone. They're just totally gone insane. Yeah, we need to change the. We need to remove the rotations from them. Yeah, because they're dynamic now. I forgot to remove the rotations. Like this one doesn't have any rotations, but these all have rotations. Yeah, so we should save that. Just come remove all the rotations. Save that. Come here, remove all the rotations, and we save that. There you go. So that they don't go around spinning. Isaac program is it also thanks for the email about the Rogan subscription based customer service. Oh, that was a while back. Thanks, mate. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, by the way. And by the way, the stuff is going to change. So I'm probably the licensing system is probably going to change. So yeah, yeah, I would like your input about that because so I'm probably gonna write you again later if you don't mind to ask you about that, to ask what you think about the new subscription. How would you like the transition to be for you, and what you think about it? Because honestly, I'm also concerned about the repercussions it would have. But I think separating some things, and perhaps separating some things and making the engine itself like something you can own. Like that's where I'm going for, right? You see, you own the license, it's like you used to own software. You didn't have to subscribe to it. And then you can say buy messages for the AI if you want them, right? And your license comes with some free AI messages if that's what you want. And of course, with all the packages and everything, right? But you own the version of the engine that you buy. And then maybe you can upgrade. You can buy an upgrade if you want. You can get, like a discounted upgrade or something like that. Or we could do, if it's too short in time, we could do like a free upgrade, sort of like Blackmagic does with DaVinci, which I find, if I can afford giving out the upgrade for free, I mean, I will do it 100%. So yeah, I'm thinking about licenses a lot. How I want to make it fair for people to be able to access the services, and I want to make it. I think many people have come to me saying that they don't like that many people don't like subscribing to things anymore. It's like people coming to me going, like, oh, I hate having to subscribe to shit. Like I would really like to help you, but it's like it's to buy the license. I really like it engine, even though I don't need the license, but I would like to buy it. But it's just subscribing. It's a pain in the arse. I would rather buy it for this much. So in fact, I've had people donate money to me, sums of money, like interesting sums of money, and say I don't want to buy a license because I don't want to subscribe, and that's kind of sort of triggered me. I was like, what? You just don't want the license? You just want to donate money, but you don't want the license? No, because I don't want to subscribe. So to me, that was an actual punch in the face. Like, okay, should we actually just stop thinking about subscriptions here and start thinking about, hey, maybe consumables, maybe something like, okay, you buy like this service, this amount for like the AI message thing is great. It's a great example because you can buy like, okay, buy a package of 100 messages and and use them like credits, sort of messages, not really messages, more like credits for messages, and you can use them, and they can charge you for, say, okay, one message to 1 credit, 2 credits, 3 credit for different things, and then you keep buying the packages if you need them, if you use them at all, and not just, okay, you've subscribed to this thing and maybe you just buy them automatically if you want, but you don't need to subscribe for the license. I find that would be a good way of going about it, because at the end of the day, like I think people are kind of stressed out about subscriptions right now. I know I am. But yeah, customer service here is directly the creator here comes to you, with it directly, because it's just me behind the wheel here. Okay, so Isaac program is saying, interesting. I had kind of the same problem on the horror game that I'm building, creating boundaries for the AI monster, and it just started bouncing on everything. yeah. It's kind of hard to you need to actually be specific about the sticking it there. Okay, be still. You have to tell it, be still. Don't move. It's tough one. No worries, dude. Shoot me an email and we can definitely figure something else. I am building an app at the sole focus is not having subscription, and it's local first. Give them users freedom back. Yeah, it's a tough deal. Like, what do you do? What do you do about that, right? Because I want to be fair. I mean, if I can yeah, like I realized this is a business. I have to do something, right? I have to make this grow, and it's my responsibility. And it's, you know, I feel like if I don't make this grow, it's gonna be bad. So, you know, for the engine, for this technology that I think is necessary. I really believe in this technology. I think it's necessary. And the more people talk to me about it, they come and say, "Hey, thank you for building this," and I go, "Yeah." The more responsibility I feel for. That's why I do these live streams, because I feel like I have to do them, and I like doing them, obviously. But despite having like maybe 1-2 people sometimes, I like when there's some people that ask questions and say stuff, because it becomes super interesting to have you know, conversations about things like that. So yeah, I really appreciate it, and yeah, it makes it more fun. But yeah, it's 100% very, very necessary to think about these things. Dumbbell Ren's in the house. Look at that. Look at that. How's it going, Dumbbell Ren? Thanks for being here. The legend Dumbbell Ren, should I say. So maybe just limit transforms for all. Let's say if x is greater than 10 equals cancel movement, move AI left, right. It's let me read it again. So limit transform for all. Let's say if x greater than 10 equals cancel movement, move AI left, right. Well, it actually works. So the problem is resolved, because we realized that the sensor's way were way too small. So we actually can just say like, you know, here, yeah, we are doing it here. So we can say 40 here, say 40 here, and they're just double their size, you see. So this would work 100%. We can make them a bit wider even, just to give them some more breathing room. Well, wider, we just move them a bit, you know, inwards, like 5.8. No, oh wait, 6. Yeah, 5.8, 5.8. I can say here, you know, 5.8 as well. 5.8. There, right? So I think that will give us some more breathing room, because it's a sensor, right? So it will go in a little bit, and it needs a bit of breathing room there. But just so that it doesn't come this way, you know, we can give it more breathing room even, because this is not going to hit anyone. So it should be fine. But the problem is perhaps if the speed is 0, will it stop? That's the other thing that I'm thinking about, right? We don't want it to stop. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, I like more the programmatic solutions in general. I kind of favor the programmatic solutions that I can sort of set. But I don't know. It may come to the point that we have to do that, mate. Like what you said, Dumbbell Ren, 100%. The legend Dumbbell Ren, by the way, everybody. And Tune, what's up, mate? What's up? How's it going? Thanks for joining us, mate. We're here just YouTube is active today. YouTube is active. People are talking on YouTube. That's insane. That's insane. People usually don't talk on YouTube. It's usually just Mitsulay there talking on Twitch, and maybe a couple more people. You know, there was you know, not many people usually talk on YouTube, which is, you know, it used to not be that way, and now you know, sort of for a while it's been that way. So I appreciate you coming in and talking. Thank you. It really makes this experience way more enjoyable way more enjoyable than just being here talking to myself. So thank you for talking to me. But yeah, I think it's, whoa. Yeah, I think it's fine now. It's okay. I like it. It's dangerous. I like it. It's dangerous. Oh yeah, that was hard. That was a hard one. But yeah, it keeps moving. We have to have some kind of a global to stop them from moving. You know, so everyone stops moving when we die. But I think it's now. I think we're at the point now where it's playable, where it's interesting. where we can make things happen. Oh no, that was just a close call. Just a tiny bit here, and it would have worked. This is fun now. I'm gonna say, I know I'm the only one playing it right now, but this is fun. This is fun now. It's actually fun. Very, very fun. Whoa. Yeah, the sports cars are so dangerous right now. They are a dangerous foe. Yeah, it bounced on the wall. You see how it bounced on the wall? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's short. My goodness. This is cool now. This is actually cool now. This is fun. This is fun. We have almost all of our features. And we have almost all the features that we were looking for. Like, I think we basically finished the game, we could say. It's fun. It's cool. I like it. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's cool. We can keep now. I think if we just give this some UI, we put some game started, game stop, all this stuff, and now we just we do that, and we'll have a complete game. I think we could have with that a complete game that we can upload, and we can start. Keep adding features to it, right? Next time we add shooting. The car can now shoot, something, and now has power-ups and things like that. We can make it faster. So we need a score system now. We need a way to win, or a way to say, okay, you made this many points, so like an incentive to keep going and keep playing, like something like that, right? Not just to avoid cars, but to see how much you actually went, how further you've gone. I think that would be fun. So I saw a program is saying, I feel for me that subscription is something that I'm only paying for when the service provided is something that I can't own or build myself with the same quality like VPCs or AI services. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah, like a game engine, I guess it depends, right? Because it depends. I think the services provided by the engine, I can provide them features by a license, like the engines themselves, the stuff in the engine themselves. But the AI stuff is expensive for me, super expensive. So yeah, that is the part that would come in with a license. The problem is that I don't know how many people will actually want to use that part. I don't know. So that's the part where I'm debating myself. Should this be a consumable that you just buy on the side, and just let you choose as many messages as you want, and just grab some messages, buy packages, and then you own the license of the engine, and for as long as you have it, for as long as now for a lifetime, you have your game, you bought the license. So now everything you build with that version of the engine, it's you can make money out of within the boundaries of the license. Usually I like to left you coding at the live, and I continue working on my game. Like we're both building games together. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I sometimes I do that with I think most live streams, so I get you. I think it's what most people do, and that's what you have. I think the what I've seen, the pattern I've seen is like usually 10% of interaction in a chat is good. So if you have more than 10% interaction in chat, it's fairly decent, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I could be talking out of my arse, because that's just something I've noticed in some live streams, like specific live streams. So I don't know if that's true or if it holds any truth at all. But yeah, I know that many people, many developers come into live streams to sort of just watch to have on the side, while you do something else, which is cool. It's totally cool. But yeah, of course, YouTube sort of sort of punishes you for that, for not having like interactions. But I think also Twitch, the problem is Twitch mostly, that if you don't have enough people all the time there and people chatting and all that, it sort of lowers your metrics. It cares about that, like how many people are interacting and all that. But yeah, I don't know much about Twitch either, so I don't use Twitch, honestly. So why would I know? Okay, so I'm happy with this so far. What we need now is UI. So we could actually bring our UI that we have and just use that. I like the game UI thing we have there, and use that as a score. But we need some kind of score system now, right? What do we use as a score system? Like, how do we win, or how do we keep coming in? So we need something to say, hey, you're doing good, or nah, you're dying. You're the worst. So we need something like that. So okay. How do you say it then? Tuesday, 7 p.m. GMT. We finish this game. We add the UI. We put the rest of the things. We need to do the game over thing, so we know exactly how the game is over. And we actually finish this game. We actually make this game done. That would have been that would be nice. That would be nice, right? We actually finished the game on Tuesday, 7 p.m. GMT. Come back here. We make the game finished and we publish it, and you can play it. Well, yeah, if we can make the controller, right? Because I need the controller to work. So we'll see if we can make do everything. Otherwise, if there's any detail left, I'll probably just do it later and then just send it to you, like say, it's the last bit I finished. And then in the next live stream, I show you the game like already published and we can play it and all that, right? I agree with you. Services to the engine, or even something at the engine that might run outside, like you externalized a tool to create characters, a rig that uses GPU on a server. Yeah, indeed. Not that my example was good. No, it's a good example actually. Like if you have some kind of service, like in this case, right? We the AI part, what the AI is actually doing, it's just writing a configurator for a no-code tool. So and it's also doing documentation stuff. So you can chat. I have the chat. I haven't done the chat UX yet. I have like the service for the chat with the with the fine tuning, with all that, but I don't have like the UX for it yet. Should be simple enough, but yeah, I don't know. The part that I'm still it's not that simple because of the credit system, right? So how do I charge for that? That's hard. That's a hard one. But the generation of configurators, which is basically a configurator, is just a component. So the visual scripting system has a configurator. You can write it down yourself with like a JSON, and the idea is that the AI is way more capable of writing that down, like a component that just has a JSON that describes things, and it already knows the things that it can do and it cannot do, like and what each one of them does. So if you ask for something, it will go and say, okay, this does this, this does that. Okay, so then this is how I do it. I think that is generating better results than what we have. That is indeed generating better results than creating a whole component, because also you can generate small functions with it. So you can generate a small action, what we call we have actions, events, and blocks in the system, in the new visual scripting system, and you can ask the AI to generate one of those for you if it's not available, if it doesn't exist. And you can also just not use the AI and just program with it, and that's fine, and that's fantastic. If you can get into programming with it, because it's just visual scripting, it looks like code, but it's way simplified. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I will do an example as soon as it's finished, and it should be simple, very, very simple. I've talked to my wife, and what we'll do with her is I told her, like, the goal for this is for her to be able, she hasn't written a line of code in her life, and the goal here is that she would be able to sit down and write something, like just having a bit, of the tutorial there, and say, hey, this is how you do things. And if she's able to sit down and make a little game, like something very simple, then I would feel like I'm absolute winner here, there, that I've actually done something fantastic. So the idea is to optimize for my wife, someone who's not a developer, but he's used Canva, for instance. She's used Canva a lot. So and tools like that, DaVinci Resolve and things like that. So I guess we have a soccer programmer now. I'm here on Twitch. I have a soccer programmer on Twitch and at YouTube. Nice to have you there, mate. Thanks for being there, because that kind of helps. That kind of helps Twitch do its thing. But hey, we're gonna leave anyway now. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I really appreciate you being there. This has been a lot of fun. This has been, I think, one of the best live streams in a while. I sometimes really enjoy them. I sometimes dread them. Not totally dread them, but sometimes it's like, it's a draining experience. But today's been fun. Yesterday was fun too. I'm thinking sometimes the worst times are Tuesdays, actually. So I'm reconsidering Tuesdays right now. Maybe going on a Thursday, Friday thing, but I don't know. Sometimes I go out on Fridays, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do that. Yeah. So hey, let's see later on what we do. I like what we've done here today. We still have some stuff to do. We'll add Tuesday. Come back in 7 p.m. GMT. We'll do the UI, and we'll do the rest of the stuff that we have to do here. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting you there. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being there, for being fantastic, amazing. And yeah, see you next one. Bye bye. There you go. Oh, I need to actually end this thing, right? Bye.